Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mack Flash Trivia. My name is Francois, and I'll be your host for the next little bit. This is Mack Flash Trivia Presents the Infinity Saga Trivia. That's right, this is round 2 of the Infinity Saga Trivia. We're talking about the Time Stone today. That's right, every round is themed around one of the Infinity Stones, and if you haven't played the first one, you need to go back because you wouldn't want to miss anything, would you now? Well, let's see how well you can do on your way to the Time Stone today. How is it going to work? You're going to want to jot down your answers and keep them to yourself until the end, where I will reveal the correct answers and you can compare so that you can mark yourselves and find out who knows the most about this round of MCU trivia. We're going to be playing in this round 3 categories of 5 questions and one final category of 10 questions for 25 total questions about the MCU today. Well, let's get started right now without dillying nor dallying with Captain category number 1, cold open flashback. These are all about the opening scenes which take place before their movie's action. Let's take a look at these questions right now, starting with number 1. In order to skip over what we already know, this movie's opening credits tell the main character's backstory. What movie? Number 2, in 1980, Meredith is courted by a spaceman who shows her an alien seedling he had planted in the woods of Missouri. What movie is this? Number 3, in 1991, the Winter Soldier intercepts an automobile and assassinates its occupants, the Starks. Name this movie. At number 4, following the Battle of New York, Tony Stark and the federal government orders the Department of Damage Control to clean up, driving salvage companies out of business. Name this movie. And finally, question number 5, in cold open flashback, in 1987, Janet Van Dyne shrinks between the molecules of a Soviet nuclear missile, disabling it but entering the microscopic quantum realm. This is the cold open to what movie? And just like that, the first category is gone. We have got a bunch more ready to go, not only in this round, but in future rounds. So make sure you do subscribe in order to be aware of when we release each of these shows. Let's take a look at your next round of 5 coming up, and this one is called A Moment in Time. These are all questions about timeline events of the MCU. So let's take a look at what question number 1 affords us right now. Within the universe and in real life, what year was the Battle of New York? Number 2, cosmic event that occurs approximately every 5,000 years when all 9 realms are placed into alignment. What is the name of this cosmic event? Question number 3, when was the last Stark Expo held before Tony Stark brought it back in 2010? Question number 4, the name of the operation which turned Steve Rogers into a super soldier. Question number 5. What name does Scott Lang give to the planned mission organized by the Avengers aimed at undoing the snap by going back in time and retrieving the Infinity Stones? Next up, we've got your next category called Come a Little Bit Closer. This is all based on a certain group from the Guardians of the Galaxy series. I think you'll figure it out. I can't give you too many details as we go into it. I wouldn't want to give away the answers. We've got 5 questions coming up, and this is all kind of centered around a certain specific group. Let's take a look at these 5 questions. Number 1, give the first and last name of the blue character who raised Peter Quill. Number 2, when retrieving his fin, which of these items is not one Groot brings back instead? Underwear, an Orlonin or lizard, a hat, or a severed toe? Which one does he not bring back? Number 3, what is the name of this group of outlaws and thieves distinguished by their red coats? In reference to the group of this category. Number 4, what is the name of the usual second in command of this group? And number 5, what is the name of the mutineer who assumes captainship of the group in Volume 2 before dying during the prison escape? A tougher category? Yes, indeed, but one that I am sure you are able to conquer and do well on. There were a lot of hints in there for you to pick up on, so hopefully you were able to pick up on them. Let's take a look at your last one here. It's called The Merchant of Death, aka Tony Stark, has an affinity of nicknaming people throughout the series. For each nickname, I want you to give the character. There are 10 of them coming up on the screen. This is your last category of this round, the Time Stone, so make sure you do well on these last ones. First one, Underoos. Number 2, Mr. Clean. Number 3, Manchurian Candidate. Number 4, Point Break. Number 5, Squidward. Number 6, Legolas. Number 7, Reindeer Games. Number 8, Build-A-Bear. Number 9, the Blue Meanie. And finally at number 10, who does Tony nickname Flash Gordon? And there you have it. That is the end of round 2, the Time Stone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Marvel Cinematic Universe trivia that we've put together for you. Remember, this is round 2. Go back and find round 1 if you haven't done it yet. And don't forget, of course, to come back for round 3, the Space Stone, coming next week. We're releasing these once a week, but of course, if you're joining us late, they might already be on the channel, so make sure you do go looking for them. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Francois, and I have been your host. I've got your answers coming up in just a little bit. We'll see you next time on this Mack Flash Trivia. Bye-bye.